number one. He was second in birdies. He led the tour in birdie or better percentage when he was on the greens. It all started right here. This was his second win. He won in Louisiana, then quickly won in Mexico. And Wesley Bryan was full of a ton of confidence hitting the PGA Tour. Played well sporadically through the summer last year, but here's the difference. His performance on the greens. He's always been a very solid putter, but now he's got the confidence to back it up. You compare that to his ball striking numbers. They're usually not very good. He doesn't hit a lot of fairways, and consequently, he didn't hit a lot of fairways this last week, only finding the short grass 31 of 56 times and only found the greens 40 times in regulation. But when you're putting that solid on these tiny greens, giving yourself this many opportunities, you know, it's easy to see how he was able to carry over Player of the Year quickly onto the PGA Tour, and he's made quite a big splash. And joining that elite company of guys that have won in their rookie year on the Web.com Tour and then go on and win in their rookie year on the PGA Tour. Impressive stuff.
Nick, what does it say about his mentality? He has 3 wins on the Web.com Tour. Guy looked like a seasoned veteran going par-par to close out his first PGA Tour win.
Well, you don't win 3 Web.com Tour events without being a great putter. I mean, he knows how to close golf tournaments. He really knows how to get the ball in the hole. And that's what winning's about, that's what closing's about. But what impressed me the most was when he was on those greens and he had those putts to save par and to really give himself a chance down the stretch. He looked very, very comfortable, and obviously it showed.
Yeah, his short game definitely shown throughout the week, guys. It was pretty remarkable. He was a magician around the greens as we take a look at the numbers. Something we've barely seen in the last 30 years as far as how frequently he was able to get up and down, Trip. If we look at this, 27 times throughout the course of the event.
And that's amazing stuff for Wesley Bryan. Also, though, like I said, just hitting 40 greens in regulation, we got to remember that that's the fewest this season on the PGA Tour by 8. Ricky Fowler's the next at 48. So when he did miss the greens, he saved the pars.
All right, let's go over to Lisa.
Thanks, George. Full house tonight. Matt Adams, Tim Rosafort. Always great to have them in studio as well. Like they were obviously talking about Wesley's putting, which his numbers are incredible. Not the best ball striking week last week, but it's not just his putting. I mean, it's not just scrambling, but you look at him with those wedges in. He's a great player in that term.
Yeah, from that standpoint, it's almost like, you know, 2 sides of the same coin. And I wanted to mention, too, 2012 graduate at the University of South Carolina. His degree is in retail, which I thought isn't that perfect to put him out there with the customers because he seems so friendly and so approachable. And it is the approach where he excels. You know, we have seen, Rosie, time and again, that for success on the PGA Tour, you don't have to be good at everything, but you need to be great at something. If you look at his approaches, 4th approaches from 50 to 125 yards, 8th from 75 to 100 yards, and he's 13th in scrambling from inside of 30 yards. So, Rosie, he's got a unique combination of talents. Obviously, it's a great set of skills to have at Harbortown and to have maybe, say, at Colonial, for example. But he's a proven winner now.
Matty, I talked to him about these subjects recently, and you know, you think it's a byproduct of the trick shot show that he and his brother did, but it's really not. It's a byproduct of missing so many greens and fairways when he was in high school and college that he learned not only how to get it up and down, but how to shape the ball early in the golf tournament yesterday. 2nd hole, he's in the woods, pushes his drive right, they move the gallery. He hits it between trees, around trees, over the out-of-bounds stakes, back into play. And for him, that's basically what he did in his trick shot show and back in his high school days. The other thing, though, as you mentioned, some golf courses, Riviera is also in that list of one that he expects to play well, and he did finish T4 there just a couple weeks before his W. And Lisa, he said he actually hit the ball much better during his 4th place finish there than he did yesterday during the win.
How great is it to know, though, with that kind of confidence when your ball striking's off, that you're just going to be able to get up and down from basically anywhere, and we certainly saw that, and we're seeing more and more of that from him. Well, Wesley Bryan is just the 3rd man to earn Player of the Year honors on the Web.com Tour and go on to win on the PGA Tour. The following season, he joined Zach Johnson, who did it in 2004, and Stuart Sink in 1997.
Still to come on Golf Central. We showed just a little taste of it well before he was a winner on the PGA Tour. Wesley Bryan wowed us as half of the Bryan brothers trick shot duo, some of their best later in the show. And yet another change for Lydia Ko, this one on the bag. We're going to have more on how this could impact her game going forward.
Golf Central is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball at the RBC Heritage. Comcast Business, built for business.